Hi, I'm Steven George, and this is my year in review video for University Honors Program. This video is going to be just kind of me talking about my first year at UC. That's already gone, and that's crazy. So it's just going to be me talking about this first year and reflecting kind of on um, the transition to college and how what I've learned this year and how I want to continue to learn and improve myself as I'm going forward to the next 4 years I still have at UC. Um, which, like, God bless the fact that I still have 4 years because I'm not ready to leave and I can't believe that my first year's already done. Okay, so I first want to talk about like the transition to college. It was kind of crazy. It all happened at once. I remember the first couple of nights I was there. Well, I went on the University Honors Retreat, which I'm going to talk about in a second. But before that, I remember getting there and I didn't know anyone, and I literally sat in my dorm for the first couple nights before the retreat because I was afraid of everyone and how I was like, oh, they already know each other and they already have friends and they like each other and I don't know anyone and they don't want to be friends with me. And so basically that was one of the first things that I learned in college was that none of that's true and people are really willing to talk to you if you like talk to them. Like people in college are first of all a lot nicer than people in high school. And because it seems just like everyone, especially freshmen during the first weeks of school, are all in the same place and everyone's vulnerable. And I guess that's kind of something, okay, that you learn in the first couple weeks that's important for like the rest of your life is that a lot of people are just kind of like faking it till they make it. Like that's what that's what you gotta do, and you just gotta like be able to get out of your comfort zone and like in that you will meet incredible people. So like that's what they made us do at the University Honors Retreat, which I went to, which was incredible. And literally, someone in my group, her name is Kara. She was in my group at the University Honors Retreat. I don't know why I keep saying the full name, but her name's Kara, and she is one of my best friends now. And she was my first friend in college, and it's because of the Honors Retreat. They were friends, and so like just the same thing. You just have to. Something I learned very quickly in college was that like throughout high school I was with people that I had grown up with, like I'd known them my whole life, so like it's not like I had to meet anyone new for a while, really, because we were like went through middle school and high school together, so it wasn't hard. But going to college I didn't know anyone, and first thing you learn is that you just talk to people and you connect and you make connections, and everyone's in the same place and it's incredible. And so like anyway, my first round was Kara and we met on the honors retreat and we're still friends. But the transition was cool because like after that everything was a lot easier. I was able to talk to people, and Kara helped me like get connected with actually with Young Life, which is a really important thing to me right now also. So I want to talk about that a little bit too. Anyway, yeah, no, I want to talk about that. Young Life I got involved in because of Kara, who I met on the honors retreat, and because she was my first friend, and because I had a friend whose name is Eric, who also I went to high school with, who goes to UC and was involved in Young Life. But I got connected really early at college with Young Life, and it's a ministry that is run. It's in college and in high school, but I'm more focused on like the high school part because what it is there's college students, which like me and my other friends who minister and disciple high school kids, and so that's something that I got involved in early on. At UC is like starting new leader training for that, which is really interesting because I'd never been in it before, but I just like went to the leader training and then suddenly I was with all these awesome people who all like are chasing after Christ, and so um, it was really cool to grow a lot in my faith all year with those people, and they're my best friends now. And again, that was because of Karen, because I was able to reach out during the honors retreat and like be friends with her, and so it was really cool to see just how like God's been working in that, and how I was able to because I allowed myself to branch out, because I allowed myself to talk to people and get out of my comfort zone, which is like a big theme of like what I had to do this year to be successful. That is why I'm like in the position that I am now, to be able to be starting to lead kids in high school and like talk about like my faith with them, and that's one of the coolest things. Anyway, back to kind of like this year in school. School went very well. A lot of people that I know from high school that went to different universities said that they had a really rough first semester, and the college, it was hard to balance social life, meeting new people, and their grades. And I don't know why. For me, that wasn't really a problem. I don't know, which is obviously a really great blessing. And I think a lot of it was because I was in a learning community. My major is chemical engineering, and so I was in a learning community with all other chemical engineers, and we were able to work together and um, kind of network. And that was a really cool thing. Is the learning community, because it allows you to network with students that are also in your major, which is extremely valuable. And so we all studied together, and I got really good grades all year. I ended the year, I got I got a 4.0 first semester, and second semester I got two A minuses. One was in chemistry too, which is so annoying because I'm a chemical engineer and I shouldn't get an A minus in chemistry, but I did. Whatever, and that's no, it's okay. And then my other A minus was in statics, which was actually, I'm really proud of that A minus because I worked really hard for it, and that's like on probation by the university, the classes anyway. So I'm very proud of that A minus. Anyway, um, I think that one of the challenges that I overcame this year was definitely learning how to balance. Well, it was the same like challenge that my friends were talking about, that I had to learn how to balance like being involved in your life. And I was in Aki, and I'm in choir and all of that, and my social life, being able to hang out with my friends, along with, I mean, I'm in probably one of the most challenging, it's like chemical engineering is widely regarded as one of the most challenging majors out there. I remember when I visited OSU, they said it's the most challenging major at their university. I would assume that that's universal. It's the same for UC. But I was able to be really successful, and I think that's because I allowed myself to get out of my comfort zone, and I hung out with really smart people that were able to help me a lot, and I was able to ask for help, which it was something that I had to learn how to do. And that's something that that never came easy to me. But this year I allowed myself to ask for help when I needed it, and I learned a lot better that way. I asked teachers. I began to network with teachers and network with students around me, and just kind of like submit to my own, like become humble and just learn how to ask for help because I need it. And that allows people to know who you are, and that allows people to see that you're willing to learn and that you want to learn. And I did really well in school. One of the questions that is a guiding question on here is, what significant relationships or connections have I developed this year, and how have they impacted my experience? I think one of my favorite connections that I have actually is kind of random, but is with I really liked my teacher from the Contemporary Paris Honors seminar that I took this past semester, spring semester. She's incredible. I'm going to have her again next semester for a French class that I'm taking because I'm starting my French minor. And she's incredible. She is very kind and willing to help and answer any questions. And I think that I'm going to probably use her as a reference when I am sending out resumes, because I know that we get along very well, and I'm very blessed to have her as a connection. I'm going to have her again as a teacher, and so I think that's really cool. Other relationships are just my relationships with my friends that I've made through Young Life, and how I know that those are going to be my friends for the rest of my life, and how incredible that is that I got to meet those people at UC, and that like God has brought us together. And I'm so excited for that, and to see us grow together for the next few years is going to be absolutely incredible. How One of the questions is, how have I used my gifts and talents to give back to the community and society? And I think that the major thing through that is in Young Life, and how that's a community. It's a volunteer thing, and we're expected to give more than like 20 hours a week for it, really. And I think that's going to be challenging going forward. Like looking forward, I know that now I'm going to be placed as a young life leader, and I'm going to have to learn even more how to juggle my time, because I'm going to have to be at the school wherever I'm placed, and I'm going to have to be connecting with kids even more. And I think that it's going to be really cool to see how God just kind of works through me, and keeps my energy up and allows me to keep getting good grades, hopefully, and relying on Him through that. But um, I otherwise, gifts and talents, giving back. I think my mindset, it's been interesting this year because my mindset has changed a lot in what I want to do with chemical engineering. I was like, oh, I'm just trying to like make money, I guess, because, which is so annoying and dumb, because like this is a major where obviously it has a good money, but I actually have been thinking a lot about how I can connect the fact that I'm having a French minor with my major, and how I can give back, because I've had I've learned a lot this year about like serving, and how my life isn't just, honestly, it's not about me, and I just don't care anymore. And I think that it'd be so cool to get involved with um, a company that like does water purification or something and doing mission work in Africa. Oh my gosh, that would be so cool. My heart's changed a lot about that this year, and how I don't really just want to like be a chemical engineer that gets money, I guess, that just works for like a cosmetic company and goes in every day. When I mean, there's not a lot wrong with that. That you're still a cool member of society, but I think that it'd be really, really worthwhile to be able to make a difference and like work with water purification or something with the environment to serve society and serve the world and serve others, and help others' lives become better, either in the environment or in like water. I really have been thinking about water purification, like working in Africa and like French speaking countries, and how incredible it'd be cool, how cool it'd be to be able to tie my minor in with my major and work over there. Um, so, what is at least one goal that I have for my upcoming year? Well, coming up is co-op search, and I need to search for a co-op, and I hope that I can find one that gives me opportunities like that. Um, I've been looking into different companies that are into water purification and environmental, um, like different environmental aspects that like chemical engineers would work in, and I think that would be really cool. And hoping that I can get a co-op and start experience in my major in those areas. Another goal that I'm setting for myself this upcoming year is to keep up my GPA, even though I'm becoming a lot more involved. I want to become also, this is kind of complicated, I'm becoming a young life leader, so that's going to be a more time commitment, but I also really do want to look more toward leadership positions in the companies, and no, in the different outside organizations that I'm in, like AICI, and like I want to become part of the French club that I know that we have, because I think that, I mean, that's something that I'm very passionate about, and I don't know why I didn't do that this year. So I'm really looking toward starting becoming involved with that, and then in that taking on leadership positions and trying to lead people and learn what kind of positions I can take, and what kind of positions I can handle with my workload, and the kind of time commitments that I have, but really being able to learn in those and learn how to, because I think that it's really worthwhile, and also to look good on resumes, because it'll show that I'm trying really hard to serve others, and to juggle my time, and that'll be really good. What advice would I like to give myself as I prepare for the upcoming year? I pray that I will continue to reach out to people and continue to put myself out of my comfort zone, continue to network and never stop asking for help, continue to trust God that He will take care of everything, that He will give me the energy to finish all my homework and lead kids, and continue to grow in my own faith closer to Him, because obviously that's really important to me, if you haven't noticed by now. I if there's anything that I would change about this past year and give myself advice coming forward, if I were, I don't know that I would change anything. If I were to change anything, um, I really can't think of anything because it was a great year. I think I would want to become more involved. Again, I think that's it. I would want to become more involved. I wish that I had been in French club and reached out more, networked more. So I think that that's one of the most important things. I hope that I will continue to search for leadership experiences and find really cool ways to reach out to people, talk to them about honors, talk to them in network, and that's really it, I guess. I'm really looking forward to co-op and growing and serving more in the community, growing as a leader and being more confident because I think that I shy away from leadership roles, and I think I need to stop that because I know that I can do them and I should just throw myself in there, and worst case scenario, I learn a lot from what I do, even if I'm failing or if I feel like I'm failing, but if as long as I'm learning and learning how to deal with it in the correct manner, how to deal with failure in the correct manner, then I'm still growing. And so I think that some advice that I should give myself is to not be afraid of failure because that's definitely number one fear is failure. So I think that I should not be afraid of failure. I should not care as much about my grades because I'm doing extremely well and I care way too much. And I need to just kind of get over it and still obviously perform to the best of my ability, but know that there are things that are more important than getting in 100% on everything. I hope that I stay very passionate and not lose sight of what what are my passions, such as French and such as chemistry, and that in all of it, my grades don't become an idol as much as me wanting to just learn and know that like the knowledge is what's important, the experience is what's important, not the fact that I have an A, and that like even though that A might have come from like me killing myself because I studied for like 5,000 hours. So really, I'm extremely excited for my second year of college. I cannot wait to begin my co-op. Well, I don't have one yet, but I can't wait to begin co-op experience and getting experience in that and becoming a young life leader. I'm growing in my faith more and getting into French club and doing Aiki, getting more leadership experiences and reaching out, networking more, becoming closer to Professor Lorenz, who was the teacher. I think I said her name earlier, the teacher from my Contemporary Paris seminar, and then continuing to find leadership experiences, whether they're in honors or like Aiki and French Club or in the engineering college. So that's really it. I'm very excited. I hope that I can have a good second year, and I can't wait to watch this video next year because that's going to be extremely surreal, and I just hope that I will continue to grow in my leadership and confidence, and I don't know what I'm saying anymore, so I think I'm going to stop this video soon. But thanks for watching. I'm excited to come back next year and make another one. Bye, honors.